Welcome to the second episode of What's Hot on What's Best. This week we have three hot topics, beginning with the resolution of the Mobile Fidelity scandal. Jim Davis, who owns Music Direct, which owns Mobile Fidelity, wrested control of the situation from whomever thought the right response was to have some random YouTuber ask unprofessional and softball questions of three recording people at Mobile Fidelity. Jim Davis issued a professional press release, which says, in part, "We apologize for using vague language, allowing false narratives to propagate, and for taking for granted the goodwill and trust our customers place in the Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab brand. Moving forward, we are adopting a policy of 100% transparency regarding the provenance of our audio products. We are immediately working on updating our websites, future printed materials, and packaging. We will backfill source information on previous releases." Importantly, Mobile Fidelity also updated the UltraDisc one-step flowchart, which, as I described last episode, begins with two reel-to-reel tape spools and goes right to a traditional vinyl mastering process, showing their elimination of two of those steps. That chart now shows, between the reel-to-reel tape spools and the commencement of the vinyl mastering process, a digital tape transfer step. So Mobile Fidelity didn't plead guilty. They didn't say, "We understand we posted things that we were misleading in the past." But I believe, on balance, they took the high road, and they are now going to backfill on their website, release by release, the digital provenance or not of each release. Three of my favorite titles of all time, Eagles' self-titled album Eagles, and Carole King Tapestry, and Simon & Garfunkel Bridge Over Troubled Water, all actually turned out to be digital, so I'm actually selling those on eBay, and I also canceled my Thriller LP pre-order. Second hot topic, Pacific Audio Fest. It seems like this show was more successful than the Long Beach show. We still don't know the turnout of the Pacific Audio Fest versus the Long Beach show, but one thing we do know is that at the Long Beach show, it seemed like dealers and manufacturers kind of brought their smaller systems, smaller components. But to the Pacific Audio Fest, people brought their A-games. Gary Coe brought his giant Genesis Prime system and did a apparently fascinating exhibition of recording a live big band orchestra and then playing it back through the Genesis Prime speakers. Other dealers who brought small systems to Long Beach also brought their big systems to Pacific Audio Fest. Nelly of Audio Federation brought big acapellas. Bob Vizentainer and Bob Vineyard of Rhapsody brought Alcivox driven by Pilium. Elliot Goldman brought the Goebel Divin Noblesse driven by CH Precision. Leif and Damon of Von Schweigert Audio brought their new Ultra 7s driven by a group of VAC Electronics. And those systems alone, which are fantastic top-of-the-line systems, I feel like those systems alone make the Pacific show more interesting and successful than the local Long Beach audio show here was. Finally, there is a new direct-to-disc album out. I discovered an interesting vinyl release by William Duvall. William Duvall is the co-vocalist and a rhythm guitar player for the rock group Alice in Chains. Last year, he released an album entitled 11-12-21 Live in Studio Nashville, and it's direct-to-disc. And apparently it's legitimate, true AA, absolutely direct-to-disc. So I think it's very cool that we have the opportunity to hear, out of nowhere, a true rock album recorded direct-to-disc. Please take a look at the description below this video, and you will see the links to What's Best, where these three topics are being discussed. Please also subscribe to the channel. Thanks very much, and I will see you next week.